We have big free agent signing. We immediately put on our teacher's cap. The question, what letter grade do you give Carlos Correa and the Giants on this long-term relationship? So Carlos Correa gets an A+++. And let me be very clear here on the Giants. And I'm fair. You know I'm fair. That's why I'm here overnight. I'm fair. The San Francisco Giants get an F. An F. And failure. Failure for the Giants. I've got asbestos, esteem, and tailor shop. And we will combine all of these things together. I'm also going to help out the San Francisco Giants marketing department as a public service here, since we are on the terrestrial airwaves there in the Bay Area. So to lead off here, Carlos Correa is the face of corruption in Major League Baseball, and he ends up laughing all the way to the bank. Correa played the system, and the system rewarded him. He's a schmuck, Carlos Correa, but we are giving him an A+++. You can only give an A++ on a contract like this. Correa is being rewarded for bad behavior. Another feather in the cap of Scott Boras, the super agent. Financially, this is an unbelievable, great windfall. Now, that being said, Carlos Correa did not want to play for the Giants. Don't mistake this contract being a win for Correa, with this being the team that he wanted to play for. This is a team that he is willing to play for because they're meeting his demands. He's not going to a contender. The Giants are a second division team. He has no connection to San Francisco. And Correa, who is an unapologetic, money-grubbing baseball mercenary, now puts on the orange and black of the Giants there. If baseball had a commissioner, if they had a leader in Major League Baseball with any balls that had a spine, Carlos Correa, you know what he'd be doing right now? He would be submitting paperwork and say, maybe I can be allowed back and I can ask for reinstatement from my lifetime suspension.
Then you got to chill.
Yeah. But instead of submitting paperwork for a reinstatement from his lifetime ban for cheating, no. Since he wasn't properly punished or punished at all for his role in the cheating scandal with the Astros, instead he's filling out paperwork for $350 million. But also, as we learned and were reminded of when Aaron Judge got his contract with the Yankees, the big winner in this, not only Carlos Correa, but Mr. Whiskers, the United States government, the federal tax rate on that contract, 37%. That doesn't have anything to do with the California tax rate, which is insane, the San Francisco taxes, which are ridiculous. But just off the top, the United States government, that's you and I. We don't work for the government, but it's supposedly a government by the people. Yeah, right. Anyway, the feds will get $129.5 million from Carlos Correa, as your favorite politicians will be able to squirrel that money away and spend it frivolously on who God only knows what. All right, now furthermore, so the Giants get a bad grade, but why do the Giants make sense for Correa even with their bad grade? And the way I respond to that after a minutes-long evaluation, desperate times call for desperate measures. The Giants had a wad. They had a giant wad of cash. Right? Big old wad, burning a hole in their wallet. And the Giants wrongly assumed the position that they would get the native son. The so-called, the no-cow slugger would go across the country. Right? He'd leave the Yankees, go across the country to Northern California, play within a reasonable driving distance to where he grew up. Aaron Judge, though, rejected the Gigantes to stay in the Bronx. And so the Giants were having esteem issues. They were suffering from low self-esteem, a lack of self-worth, just like the Padres, who couldn't get Aaron Judge. So they went out and they had money burning a hole in their pocket. They went out and got Xander Bogaerts. But the Giants were humming bars from that song, Bad Decision. Making bad decisions. And so San Francisco, they got desperate. And they ended up with one of the desperados of baseball. The Giants get an F- on the Maller scorecard because who exactly were they bidding against? I'm just asking between me and you. Who are they bidding against? Right? The answer, hello, is nobody. Right? I'm going to set up one of those little card tables, and I'll put a sign up, change my mind. Let me give you the supporting evidence on this. Now, Correa is 28 years old. He's got, by my estimation and by science, 4 more years. 4 in his athletic prime. The Giants are paying him for 9 extra years past his use-by date. That means diminishing returns are guaranteed for the majority of those following 9 years after the next 4. And you're always looking for the fool in the deal. And when you look for the fool in the deal, it's a simple way to approach this. If you don't find one, it's you. And when the Giants look around for the fool in the deal, they should look in a mirror because they're the ones, right? That would be the Giants in a nutshell. And all of the big whales had already been harpooned. They were tapped out. The Dodgers, no. They wanted nothing to do with this jabroni. Get out of here with that guy. He's a Mama Luke. The Red Sox, they're too cheap. Last time I checked, Boston was a big market, but the Red Sox are penny pinchers. A bunch of dopes. Then you got the Yankees, right? Then you got the Yankees, and they backed out. The Mets, no. Although Scott Boras was trying to plant the seed, the Mets were interested. They weren't. The Rangers, they signed a bunch of infielders last year. They don't want this bum. So none of them were interested in this cat. And the Giants still forked over $350 million. You get to wear the dunce cap. You get to wear the dunce cap.